Good morning and welcome to Play and Learn with Dr. Susan and my co-host Maverick Adams. He's here helping me today, and we are going to do the process a little bit different than we've normally done. Usually I say hi to you and greet you, and then we go into a story. Well, today we're going to do something a little bit different than that. The story that we're doing is called The Lemonade Hurricane. That's the story that we're going to be doing today. And because of that, we're going to kind of show you how to make homemade lemonade. So Maverick is going to go ahead and get started on that. You can punch in anytime you want to say something. He's going to take lemons that I had at home. He's going to cut them in half. I'm sure that a lot of you have already made homemade lemonade, but we're going to do it now anyway because it goes well with our story that we're going to be telling. So if you like the story and you want to make the lemonade, you can go ahead and do that. But you take 3 lemons and you cut them in half, which Maverick is doing right now. And there's all kinds of things you can do with lemons besides having lemonade. Okay.
Oh, just cut that one all the way through.
Okay. Okay, now he's going to juice the lemons. We have a little juicer here. I know they have them where they're electric, where you just take seconds to do it, but we're going to go the old-fashioned way and actually hand juice our lemons. And I'm going to ask my stage assistant to do something for me. Not you, you're fine.
Oh.
I'm going to go behind you. So watch Maverick make the lemonade. Would you get me a cup of water from the filter? Thanks. All right. We needed a little bit of water, and I didn't bring it with me this morning. So we're going to get that taken care of right away. We have Andreas here with us, too. It's Maverick's dad. And he's going to be our stage manager and run and get us things that we happen to need. So as you squeeze the lemon, you get as much juice out of it as you can. All right, so that's the process of the lemonade. But can you think of all the other things? Do you think of anything else that you can make with lemons? I know we've heard this story.
You probably make like a pastry or a
cake. You could make pastry. You can make lemon curd for like lemon pie. You could do that. You can make lemon cookies. And they use lemon in a lot of baking too, where you do a lot of different baking. We have that too. And you can see on the camera how Maverick's processing here, doing the lemons. It takes a couple of minutes to get it done. He creates muscles in your hands too. So he's going to go ahead and do that. But there's that saying: if things are going bad and your life feels like sour lemons, don't get upset by that. Just simply make lemonade. Then you can add your sugar and make it as sweet as you would like. So that's part of it. Oh, perfect. Perfect, thank you. Okay, now we have our water, so we're good. Okay, 2 down, 2 more to go.
This will not make that much lemonade, I don't believe.
That's why we have water.
Oh, yeah.
We use 3 lemons, which gives us the lemon
pure
flavor.
lemon juice is a little sour.
Yeah, lemons are a little sour, so we're going to show you how to sweeten that up too. And as soon as Maverick gets finished with that, then we're going to do the rest of the process. Right now, this is when you squeeze your lemons. That's how you get rid of the seeds, because you certainly don't want to swallow seeds when you're drinking lemonade. So Maverick is working on that process. And we have ice. We're going to put ice in it. We have some ice setting aside, so we're going to do that. So while Maverick is doing that, I'll tell you a little story about lemons. My daughter Brandy, who's a grown woman now, but when she was a little girl and we used to go to restaurants and we'd have, lemonade or iced tea, and you'd always get these lemons on the side. And she was a little fussy at the sitting in the high chair, so we gave her a lemon. And we thought, well, we'll see what she does with that. So she picks it up and she puts it in her mouth, and of course she makes this horrible, ugly face because it's not sweet, it's sour. She puts it down, and then she looks at it, and she looks at us, and then she picks it up and she does it again. We thought that was funny then, and she did the same face. I don't know what she thought it was going to be different the second time she picked it up. Didn't know. So the next time we went to a restaurant, we did the same thing, and this time she wanted the lemon, which we thought was a little strange. But we did the same thing. We gave her the lemons, And she did the same process. She put it in her mouth, she tasted it, made that horrible sour looking face, put it down, then picked it up and did it again. And it got to the place where she enjoyed the lemons, even though every time she did it, every time she tasted it, she made an awful sour face. So it was kind of our entertainment while we were having lunch and dinner when she was little. And she still likes lemons now. She's gotten older. She likes lemons. But there's all kinds. You almost done?
Yeah, but I remember when I was younger, my friend was over and we were making broccoli, and my mom was going to put a drop of lemon juice, but I said I wanted to do it, and I almost poured the whole thing of lemon juice on it.
The whole jar?
I just started pouring so much, and the broccoli tastes like really sour.
So you had sour broccoli.
Yeah.
That's different. Yes, we have all kinds of interesting stories, but it has to do with lemons. You know the other things lemons are good for? If you have ants in your house, you can tell your moms this, or mom if you're listening. You slice a lemon and you set them where you see the ants coming in, especially if it's in your kitchen. And you put lemon slices in each of the different areas where you happen to see the ants. They don't like lemon and they run away. We don't know where they go, but they run away. So that's another thing you can do with lemons. They will get rid of ants out of your kitchen or bathroom. See, I told you you were going to get a bath. Or anywhere else in your house. You can put the lemons down to take care of ants. Then you don't have to worry about your pets like cats and dogs and things like that. So you don't have to put any insecticide or anything else around where it might injure them. So lemon juice has a lot of good qualities to it. And I think you can use lemons, if I'm thinking correctly, I think you can use lemons to make like a cream rinse for your hair too. If you did a lot of swimming during the summertime and you have like light colored hair and your hair turns green, my sisters used to do that, my little sister. And when she played in the pool all the time, her hair used to turn green. And my mom did lemon in water to get the green out of her hair.
So I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good amount of lemon juice in there.
That's a pretty good mouse. All right.
I think it's kind of clogged because there's a lot right here.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
pulp's clogging it up.
What we're gonna do. Let's take this. Just switch it around a little bit. Maybe use the handle.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Handle skinnier. Yeah,
Okay,
so
there we
you
go. It's starting to open up. Get this out of the way. There we go. That's better.
Get that? Now let's take a look. So as you can see, there's the lemon.
There's still some pulp in there,
And
but
there's
that's
still a little bit of pulp in there, but
okay.
that gives it the
Is that a
additional.
seed?
Well, that's okay. We can have a runaway seed. We can take it out
There's a
later with
seed
the
in there.
spoon.
Yeah.
So we have the lemon, and you can. Whoop. The camera's turned the other way. Oh well. Should I have Andreas turn it? Would you turn the screen up on the top camera? It's the one on the side. Just need to flip it over. There you go. Perfect. Thank you.
Better now.
Okay, so there's the lemonade. All right, so what you're going to do is pour that in the glass. Yeah, they can see it. Pour it in the glass. Okay, now you're going to have a little bit, probably the same amount you have in here of water, and that's filtered water. Yeah, probably 3/4 of it. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now we're going to just set this stuff aside for just a few minutes because we're going to do the story now. We're going to tell the story about that. So stir it up. You can use the handle and stir it all up. Okay, and what we want you to see, that's good. What we want you to see is how the lemonade looks right at this moment in time. And after the story, we're going to take a look at it again and see if something different has happened. All right? So you can go sit down if you want to, Matt. Okay, so we're going to do the story. So here we go. All right, story. And there's the hurricane up at the top. Greg found that for us. Okay, this is the Lemonade Hurricane. It's a story about mindfulness and meditation. You'd never guess that from Lemonade, would you? It's by Lucia Morelli, I guess, and it's illustrated by Jennifer Morris. Morelia, I can't guess. I'll work on figuring out her name in a few minutes. All right, so let's take a look at the book. My name is Emma. My days are busy and full. Sometimes I like to stop and rest. Looks like she's doing some meditation. This is Henry. Henry likes to run, wrestle, roar, and drink lemonade. I call him the Lemonade Hurricane. Wow, that's interesting. Are any of you guys like that? Do you play like that? Henry's days are busy and full too. Getting up, getting dressed, music lessons, riding scooters, eating, going to school. Sometimes too busy and too full. Then Henry gets wild. Oh, look at that. Do you have brothers and sisters that kind of behave like that? When Henry gets like this, I try to stay out of his way. Well, let's see, now he's doing karate, whack, chop, kick, but it doesn't always work. Henry looks like he's so busy, he's not realizing the things that's happening. I really don't like hurricanes. I wish Henry could calm down sometimes. I wish I could show him how. Then we could play together. Henry's fun when he's not a hurricane. See, there is times when they have it. This is what she's imagining. This is how fun it would be if he would just calm down just a little bit. Maybe I can show Henry how to be still. Well, he's still when he's asleep. The next day, how many Henrys can you count? There's a lot of them there. I wonder how long of a time frame that was before he got all of those things accomplished. Watch this, I say. Sit, bow, breathe, and breathe. When I sit, I can feel the ground beneath me. I can hear the birds chirping. I can smell the grass. He's doing everything he can to distract her, isn't he? Can you see Henry doing that? Let's take a look. When I bow, I pretend I am on top of a mountain and can see for miles and miles. And when I breathe, I pretend I'm the wind moving the leaves in the trees. I can do it too, says Henry. I take deep breaths. Henry takes a deep breath. We look, listen, feel, and smell. The lemonade hurricane is gone. The end. All right. I don't think we've let enough time lapse for what we were going to show you, but we can get started on what we have here. Come on back, Mav. So as the pulp begins to settle, and it's a little thick in here, the lemonade becomes clearer. Okay, you can still see. Let's see if I hold it up.
Top,
if you hold it up to the light, you can begin to see. Yeah, you hold that up to the light, and you can begin to see. They can see it through this camera too. You hold it up there. Yeah. You can begin to see the top is beginning to clear. So while Mav's holding that, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. And this story is one from a gentleman called Thich Nhat Hanh. He's a Vietnamese Buddhist monk. He tells a story in one of his books that he wrote called Planting Seeds. If you don't have that book, that's a great book to have. About a little girl named Thuy, who was staying at the Hermitage, which is a remote village, where Thich Nhat Hanh was living. One day, she asked Thich Nhat Hanh for something to drink. He offered her a glass of organic apple juice. Thuy didn't want to drink the apple juice because the pulp was suspended in it. So she left the glass on the table and went outdoors to play. When she returned an hour later, she saw that the apple juice looked very clear. All of the sediment had sunk to the bottom of the glass. When she asked how that could happen, Thich Nhat Hanh told her, the glass has been practicing sitting meditation. Got that? Lemonade's practicing sitting meditation. Thich Nhat Hanh told her what the glass was doing, and by keeping still, it has become clear. Lemonade is like apple juice. When it is stirred up, pulp swirls around inside the glass. When it sits quietly, things settle down. The liquid becomes clear. In a way, a glass of lemonade is a metaphor, which is a similar story, for how meditation and mindfulness work. This is why this book is called The Lemonade Hurricane. Practicing meditation and mindfulness helps us tame the hurricane inside. So, what we've learned about the lemonade and the process of making it, and as the pulp settles, it becomes clear. And when we become clear through breathing and sitting quietly and just being in yourself, you don't have to think about anything in particular, and you don't have to make your thoughts go away. You just simply listen to them and let them go. And then everything is quiet. And your body begins to settle down. Your heart settles down, your breathing settles down, and you really begin to feel good. Especially if you've been out running around like Henry. Saw that on the show, how Henry gets himself all stirred up. So this is a little bit of a story about how lemonade can show us how we can calm down, and then we have clear thinking, which makes us feel much more clear. We can think better and do things more. So that's the story about the lemonade and why we made it. So while Maverick and I are cleaning this up, we're going to show you how to make something else that might give you some ideas as to how you might like to try and do the sitting quiet and the meditation. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a meditation mat. And it's not difficult to do. So I'm going to show you the steps, and Maverick and I are going to make that for you today so that possibly you'll be able to do it at home, because I'm sure you probably have the stuff at home. Mom might have to gather some material for you, but you can always ask if it's okay if you do this. And you can check catch up the YouTube again a little bit later if you don't have all the stuff together to do it right now. All right? So we're going to clean this up and just move it all over to that table. So we're going to just move these things around. I'll just hand them over to you. Yeah. So excuse us for just a second while we get our stuff cleaned up. Sit over there. And with the lemon rinds. Oh, I forgot something else that lemon juice is really good for. I don't know whether you kids would use it much, but Mom would. You take the lemon rinds and you put it in the garbage disposal, and it freshens the garbage disposal and cleans it out too because of the pulp and because of the lemon rinds. All right. And perfect, thank you. All right. Now, and then if you'll bring those little pieces of equipment and stuff over here. So now we have this cleared off. We're going to create a meditation mat. So we're just kind of, sorry for walking away from the camera so you can't see me.
Just two?
Yeah, that too. All right. And here's kind of what you're going to need to do this. Well, these we'll save for last. Of course, you've got a creativity to do drawing, you know. All right, here's what you need to do. You need to have a towel, one that Mom says that she doesn't need anymore. Okay, so you want to be sure to ask first. So you just need a towel. And if it's too big for what we're creating, it's okay, you can fold it up. So what I've done is I took a piece of fabric. I'm going to turn it inside out so you can see.
Wouldn't you actually want it to be a little bit folded up so it's more cushy?
Yeah, you would. So you take a piece of fabric and you kind of make a rectangle. So there's kind of a rectangle. And Mom can if she has a sewing machine, she can sew it a 1/4 inch seam on the sides like that. And she'll want to stop 4 inches before the end. Now let's see if I can show her through this camera here. So yeah, there we go. So we want to stop there. We want to have this part open on all 4 sides, right here and here. And what that's going to do is how we're going to close our meditation cushion. All right? Then we're going to take the towel and fold it so that we can get it to fit. Now it's going to be a little longer and go into our 4 inches where we're going to do our fringe. So when we get it all the way through this, Maverick's going to help me put it in, then we're just going to fold it over like that. All right, so you hold on to that for a second. We'll turn this right side out. Looks better that way. You can have it inside out if you want. It's okay. It's whatever you choose. Okay. Now we've got it folded. So you want to stick it in there, and I'll grab from this side. Okay. So you pull this. So Mav's going to pull that. Okay. Perfect. Now, what you're going to see is the towel is showing from the end. So what we're going to do, oh, you know what? I missed a step. Let's pull that back out. Sorry. I missed a step here. That's why I have handyman around here. I'm going to pull it back out and go this way again. First of all, the easiest way to do the fringe on the edges is without the towel inside, because otherwise you might end up cutting the towel. So we're going to lay it out flat like this, and here's the ends. So we're going to take a ruler. We have one right here, and there's a plastic bag.
I think I gave it to you.
Did you give it to me? No, not this one.
Oh, no. Don't see it here.
Is there another one? Yeah.
This?
This. I know I brought it. What did I do with it? Well, maybe it's in the bottom of the bag. Sorry. That's what happens when you have your stuff all over the place. Well, I don't see it, but that's okay. We'll make do. So what I'm going to do is take the ruler, and I'm going to measure the 4 inches right there. And so you put the ruler, the 1 inch here, and the 4 inches there, and then you make a line like that. Can you see that?
Yeah, I think I can see that. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
I can see it good enough.
You can see good enough? So you make
I think.
Well, we're going to cut it anyway. Okay, so we measure it 4 inches here. Then we do it again, same side, against the line you just drew. And you go 4 inches again. And 4 inches again. Then I'm going to have you start cutting these while I measure the other side.
And tie them together.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't tie them yet.
Not yet, but that's what we're going to do.
Right. So once we get these marked, then we're going to use the scissors, and we're going to cut the lines up to where the 4 inch started. See? And I had my tailor's chalk, but I put it somewhere. I don't know where it went, but anyway, put it somewhere. But you can use anything to mark the lines for yourself.
Anything that will show up.
Yeah, anything that'll show up. You can use a permanent marker. You can use one that washes out. It doesn't really matter.
So then on the end, it will just be a small
The
little
last
thing.
one is probably about a half an inch. Yeah, it's about a half an inch. All right. So now, so that when you do this, then if you have Mom has some straight pins laying around that you can use. This just holds the pieces together. You just put a straight pin like that. Let's see, move over here so they can see on the camera. There we go. And can you finish doing that? You know how to put a straight pin in?
Like that?
Yeah. You push down like that and push up.
And so when you cut, they stay together.
It all stays together, right. So go ahead and do that all the way across, and I'll measure, while Maverick's doing that part, then I'm going to go ahead and measure on this side. Again, measuring the 4 inches. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this side and measure out the 4 inches. And what we're going to do with this is once we cut it, and once we cut the strips, then we're going to take those, we're going to put the towel back in, the towel that we started with. We're going to put the towel back in, and then we're going to tie the top and the bottom strips together. And this is going to make the closure for the meditation mat. So we're going to go like that. So I said, I know you don't have the supplies and things with you right now, so when you, am I making this rough on you?
Are you what?
Making this hard on you, shifting this thing over here, this in while you're working over there.
I wasn't even paying attention.
So with doing that, there we go. This is 4 inches on that side. All right. So while he's finishing that one up, I'll finish this one. So the pins at least keeps the two pieces together so that they're even and the strips are the same width. Okay, well, Matt finishes that one. Good job. Then you're going to take the scissors and just cut from this end to the end of the thing. Oh, towel. We'll put it over here. Okay, so you're just going to cut. So he's going to cut there, cut those strips, and stop at the end of the pin marking that we did. And while he does that, I'm going to do the pinning here. If you don't have pins, that's okay. Just be careful when you do your cutting that you're cutting both pieces of fabric, the top and the bottom, at the same time, if you don't have the pins to pin the fabric together. Or if you want to do that, you can use a paper clip. Paper clip works too. You can clip it on the fabric, top and bottom, just right here at the edge, and that'll hold it enough so that you can keep the two pieces together so that it works well. Okay, so Mag's doing that. And this is just kind of your prep time, that it takes a few minutes to get this done. But it's a fun thing to do, and you know, this is a nice present too. If you wanted to make a gift for Christmas or for the holidays for someone that would like to, okay, I'm going to flip it over this side so you can do these two for me. So,
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So while he's doing that, then I'm going to take the pins out of here, put them back. But it's a nice little gift for someone that if you just have a towel and some fabric laying around, and the fabric you can really make to your own
Yeah, if someone likes a specific pattern,
right,
you
they
can
like
put that on there.
Right.
Specific color.
And you can make it wider if you want to, or you can make it a little bit longer. Whatever size rectangle you want to make is solely up to you. There's no specifics to it. The important part is that you do the seam. Now you can hand sew this too if you know how to do that, or if Mom knows how to do that. You can hand sew that too. Okay, come stand this side. You're in the way of the camera up there. Got to be in two places at one time. There you go. All right, take the pins out. So we're going to take the pins out, and then we're going to put the towel back in again. And we're going to do a little bit of rolling on it so that we can put that in there and then turn it right side out. There you go. And Maverick is going to turn it right side out for us. Shaking it's easy. Perfect. Okay.
That should be good.
Yep, should be good. Okay. So we're going to take the towel, and Maverick's going to come stand on this side if you can manage. So, will you let me hand it to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to feed this through. Got a hold?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then we're going to move it like this.
Oh, I think it went too far out on my side.
Just get it on the edges. Okay. Okay, now come down over on this side. All right, so let's get this all, and you flatten out the towel so that it fits nicely. Okay. Fits nice like that. Okay. Then we're going to take the towel, this part, and we're going to fold it up like that. And this is the part that's going to lay on the back side. Okay? I'm going to have to move you over here again. Got it?
Yeah, here.
Let's see if we can flatten it a little bit. Here a second. You'll get it just a bit. There we are. Good. Okay. So we've got it tied in there. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to line up the ties. Okay. And then stand over here on this side. And I'm going to turn it this way so you're standing more there so they can watch what you're doing. Okay, and then I'm going to do it from this side. So just find the two ends And you just tie them in a knot. That, and then another knot. Whoops. You don't let them run away from me either. So, there we go. So the process is, well, Maverick ties those ends. I'm going to tie these ends. And how many people know how to tie knots? Do you ever tie knots in your shoes and you can't get the ties out, the knots out? Well, this will give you good practice. And you can actually tie knots that's fun instead of worrying about having to untie them. And the cool part about this, now if you didn't want to use a towel, you don't have to. If Mom wants to go ahead and pick up some foam at the fabric store, or I think Home Depot and those places carry it.
Or if you even have some at home.
Or if you even have some at home that you can cut to fit the size of your cushion, you can do that too. You can use that. You just stick the little piece of foam inside. But you just cut your lines, cut your ends, so that they measure the same length on both pieces. And start to tie. And I know if you, at the fabric stores, they have what they call tie throws. They're like blankets that you kind of do the same process, is that you fringe the edge, you cut the edges, and they give you directions on how to do that, and then you tie knots all the way around, and you make your own blanket.
And I think you can add different layers in that.
Yeah, they have a layer on the top and the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make really cool blankets for people too. That's a nice gift if you're thinking about things you might want to do for the holidays. So, but anyway, the idea of the meditation and the being able to calm yourself and get yourself quiet so that, because sometimes it's really hard to think if your mind is so busy. You've been busy all day long and you have a hard time calming down at the end of the day. Another way that you can do it, that you can calm down, is to do meditation, or what Emma calls it is just sitting quiet. She likes to stop and rest. And this is one of the ways in which you can do that. And you don't have to have a special cushion. This is just a fun project to make one. You don't have to have a special cushion to do it. You can just make your own. If you want to do that, you can. But all you need to do is you can just use a pillow if you want to. You don't have to tie as quick as I do. Good job.
But I don't know if I'm as aligned because there's a random one.
You have an extra?
Yeah, I'm just going to tie it onto this.
Just tie it onto that one, sure. We make adjustments. It doesn't matter. The whole idea is to have fun with it, create something for yourself.
That'll work.
Yeah. So then you flip it over, and we tuck the towel in. And you have a meditation cushion.
You can sit on it.
And you can sit on it. Now, the other thing that you can do, if you want, and I'm going to let Mav do this part, is that I have these fabric pens. We're going to test it to see how well they work.
Test it on one of these.
Yeah, there you go, on the edges, just to make sure it works. Let's see. Put it down.
That work? I can tell.
Yeah.
That works good enough.
So if you want to personalize it, you can draw pictures. Or you can put words like sit, bow, breathe. You can do that. And here's other colors. White might work. So you can see it.
Yeah, let me try
that. Does that work?
No, this one does not seem to work at
not.
all.
It needs the ink down on it. Try some of the other ones.
This one was opened.
Okay.
That one doesn't work either, I don't think. You can maybe try it, but it wasn't closed all the way.
Yeah.
This one sort of works.
Okay, use the one that works. Which one didn't work?
This one worked.
Yeah, go ahead and use that one.
Let's try
But anyway,
this.
you can go ahead and make your meditation cushion on your own. You can decorate it, or you can, write the words on it that remind you.
You could also do this before you put the thing.
Yeah,
that may have been easier.
Yeah, this will make it more fun. Bumpy. Make it texturized in your design. You don't really have to do that if you don't want to. It's up to you.
I'll do it.
But it's it's another way of allowing yourself ways in which you can calm yourself down, sit and be quiet, and sometimes it's just a nice place to sit and maybe read one of your favorite books, maybe with some stories that you enjoy reading. But again, the lemonade gave us a picture of how when the pulp begins to settle down, it becomes clear, and that's one of the ways in which we can allow ourselves. It's probably gotten clearer now, we'll see. But I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that it's easy to make a meditation cushion, and it's also fun to decorate it in any way in which you choose. So if you want to catch the YouTube later so that you can get the supplies that you need in order to do it, but be sure to ask Mom, and if she does so, maybe she'll sew those 2 seams up for you and help you do the measuring and the cutting of the cushion so that you can make your own. Or make Mom one. How about making Mom one? That would be really nice, wouldn't it? To be able to make Mom one so that she's got the opportunity to sit down and relax and breathe and calm down and be still. That'd be a nice present. So anyway, we thank you very much for joining us today, and that we've had a good time. And I see Greg. Did we forget something? Oh, sorry. There you go. So if you would like to do that, that would be fantastic. Another way to do something nice for Christmas for your mom. Thank you very much. It's fantastic. All right.
It works.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter the fabric that you use, even if you have, if Mom has some old tablecloths that she's not using, or a pillowcase is a great way to do it, because then you've got your side seams already sewn for you, and you just cut the edges off and do the fringing. And then you already have the side seams done. So, but be sure and ask Mom if you're going to take any of her pillowcases. So she is aware that that's what you're doing.
And then cut them off and stuff them with towels.
And make sure it's okay to have a towel or the foam if you've got some laying around the house.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming and being with us this morning. I thank you very much, Maverick. It was great.
You're welcome.
Enjoy your day and have a really wonderful week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.